Every day you open your eyes is another chance to rise a little higher than yesterday. You don't need a perfect life to grow. You just need a willing spirit. Life will meet you at the level of your effort, so every morning becomes an invitation to adjust, to align, and to advance. Improvement doesn't come in giant leaps. It comes in small decisions made consistently, intentionally, and courageously. When you commit to daily growth, you begin to shape the atmosphere around you and influence the direction of your own destiny. The first thing you must improve is your mindset. Your mind is the workshop where your future is being built, and if the workshop is cluttered with doubt, fear, excuses, and old memories, then the structure you try to build will never stand. You must refresh your thoughts every day. Challenge the lies that tell you that you're not capable, that you're too late, or that you've made too many mistakes. Replace those thoughts with truth. Replace them with the reminder that you are still evolving, still learning, still being shaped. Growth begins where excuses end. You must improve your discipline. Every day has 24 hours, and every hour silently asks you, "What will you do with me?" If you allow your day to drift, you will drift with it. But when you master discipline, you reclaim control of your time, your direction, and your decisions. Discipline is not punishment. It is protection for your purpose. It safeguards your goals from the distractions that try to steal your focus. When you wake up and choose discipline, you position yourself to receive the results that lazy habits could never create. Improve your surroundings. The people, the conversations, the energy around you. These things shape your spirit more than you realize. If your circle drains you, you can't grow. If your environment constantly steals your peace, you can't evolve. You must surround yourself with people who value growth, who speak life, who challenge you to rise higher. Remove yourself from spaces that celebrate your stagnation. Step into spaces that demand your excellence. Improve your gratitude. One of the greatest mistakes people make is waiting for big blessings before they become thankful. Gratitude is not about what you receive. It's about the posture of your heart. When you appreciate the small things, you make room for greater things. Gratitude recalibrates your attitude. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's available. And when you live with gratitude, you begin to see opportunities where others only see. Obstacles improve your patience. Growth is a process. Transformation takes time. Flowers don't bloom the moment they're planted. Seeds don't break the ground overnight. You must learn to trust the process even when you can't see the progress. Patience is not passive. It is a quiet strength that keeps you steady while everything inside you wants to rush. It is the ability to remain calm while life prepares what belongs to you. Your delay is not your denial. The timing is building you just as much as the journey is. Improve your self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lift others when you're sinking inside. Every day, do something that restores you a mind, body, and spirit. Rest when you need it. Nourish your body. Guard your peace. Protect your mental space. Self-care is not selfish. It is survival. When you take care of yourself, you fortify your strength and renew your ability to pursue your goals with clarity. Improve your consistency. Success doesn't come to those who work occasionally. It comes to those who work continually. You may not control the outcome, but you can control your effort. You can control how you show up every day. When you stay consistent, even in small things, you build momentum. Momentum creates breakthroughs. Breakthroughs change lives. Your consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Improve your courage. Life will always present you with moments where fear tries to hold you hostage. But fear only has power when you agree with it. Every day, dare to do something that stretches you, dare to speak up, dare to try again, dare to walk toward what intimidates you. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision that purpose is more important than fear. When you choose courage, you break the limits that once held you back and improve your relationship with your future. Every day, remind yourself that you are moving somewhere. You are not stuck. You are not finished. You are in transition. You are in preparation. Speak to your future with expectation. Treat your future with respect. Work toward it like it is guaranteed, because your effort is the proof that you believe something greater is ahead. These daily improvements may seem small, but when practiced consistently, they will transform your entire life. You don't need a new year, a new season, or a special moment to begin. You just need today. Today is enough. Today is powerful. Today is the beginning of a better version of you. Every sunrise is a reminder that improvement is possible, growth is available, and your best days are still unfolding. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you will ever build in your life, the silent architect shaping every decision, every reaction, and every direction your feet take. What you think becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you pursue, and what you pursue becomes the life you end up living. Each day demands that you rise with a renewed mind, because yesterday's thinking cannot carry you into tomorrow's possibilities. You cannot walk into a new level while holding onto an old mentality. There are battles you cannot win, blessings you cannot receive, and opportunities you cannot even recognize until your mind shifts into alignment with growth, strength, and possibility. Every morning becomes a battleground where your thoughts try to negotiate with your future. And if you allow negative patterns to dominate, they will sabotage your progress long before any external challenge ever does. You must confront the internal dialogue that tries to convince you that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, that your past is too messy, or that your current circumstances are too overwhelming. Those thoughts are not truth. They are barriers designed to keep you from evolving. You must challenge them, reject them, and replace them with thoughts that reflect the potential inside you. Every day, speak life into your mind. Feed it with hope, with knowledge, with discipline, with affirmation. Your mind is not automatically wired for success. It must be trained, conditioned, and strengthened like a muscle. And just like any muscle, it grows through resistance. The very challenges you face are often the very tools shaping your mental strength, carving out resilience, refining your clarity, and deepening your wisdom. Your mindset determines how you see the world. Two people can walk through the same door, face the same adversity, experience the same setback, yet walk away with completely different outcomes. The difference is not in the situation, but in the perception. When your mind is rooted in growth, you see possibility where others see impossibility. When your mind is anchored in purpose, you see purpose even in the pain. When your mind is trained for victory, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this preparing me for?" The shift in perspective becomes the shift in your life. Every day, you must guard your thoughts like a gatekeeper protecting something valuable, because your mind is valuable, your peace is valuable, your clarity is valuable. You cannot allow toxic voices, negative conversations, self-doubt, or fear-based thinking to corrupt the space where your destiny is being formed. Set boundaries around your mental space. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every fear deserves your focus. Not every memory deserves to live rent-free in your mind. You must choose which thoughts get to stay and which ones must leave. That choice, made daily, becomes the blueprint of your future. Your mindset also requires humility, the willingness to learn, to grow, to adjust. Improvement is impossible without honesty. You must be willing to acknowledge where your thinking has been limited, where your beliefs have been shaped by past wounds, where your expectations have been lowered by disappointment. Growth begins the moment you admit that your mind needs renewal. When you open yourself to new information, new perspectives, new wisdom, you begin to break mental ceilings that once kept you confined to a smaller version of yourself. Your mindset is the soil where your destiny is planted. If the soil is depleted, nothing will grow. But when the soil is rich, nourished, protected, and refreshed daily, your life begins to produce results that reflect the strength of your inner world. Every thought becomes a seed, every belief becomes a root, every decision becomes a branch reaching toward a better version of you. When you improve your mindset daily, you position yourself to step into opportunities that once intimidated you, challenges that once defeated you, and dreams that once felt unreachable. Discipline is the quiet force that shapes destinies, the unseen structure that holds your dreams together when motivation fades and emotions fluctuate. It is easy to dream, easy to plan, easy to imagine a better life, but without discipline, those dreams remain trapped in the realm of intention. Discipline is the bridge between the vision you carry in your heart and the reality you desire to walk in. Every day, life gives you the same 24 hours, and within those hours lies the opportunity to either drift aimlessly or direct your steps with purpose. When you choose discipline, you take ownership of your time, your actions, and your outcomes. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating momentum through consistent commitment. Discipline is not built in the big moments. It is forged in the small decisions that seem insignificant yet carry enormous impact over time. It is in the decision to wake up when it would be easier to sleep a little longer. It is in the commitment to work on your goals even when you feel tired, frustrated, or uninspired. It is in the ability to keep going when the excitement wears off and the work becomes routine. Discipline teaches you to separate your actions from your feelings. Your feelings may fluctuate, but discipline keeps you steady. Your emotions may whisper excuses, but discipline reminds you of the reason you started. When you fully embrace discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop giving yourself permission to quit. You begin to understand that progress is not the reward of comfort but the result of consistency. Every day, distractions try to steal your attention and dilute your focus. The world is full of noise, temptations, and comfort zones that lure you into stagnation. Discipline is the guardrail that keeps you aligned with your purpose. It helps you say no to what drains you so you can say yes to what grows you. It pushes you to prioritize what matters over what is momentarily appealing. It empowers you to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term transformation. Discipline demands structure, boundaries, and clarity. Without clarity, you drift. Without boundaries, you waste time. Without structure, you lose direction. Discipline brings order to your ambitions, carving out space in your day where growth can actually occur. Discipline also builds character. It teaches you patience, resilience, and responsibility. It teaches you that greatness is not achieved in a moment, but through the accumulation of daily effort. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your self-trust. Each time you push through resistance, you strengthen your inner resolve. Each time you choose effort over excuses, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of more than you once imagined. Discipline transforms you from the inside out. It shapes the person you are becoming, not just the goals you are achieving. There will be days when you feel like giving up, days when progress feels slow, days when the results seem invisible, but discipline reminds you that invisible progress is still progress. Even when you cannot see the change is happening. You are building habits. You are training your mind. You are sharpening your focus. Discipline is the quiet work that produces loud results. It is the invisible investment that eventually becomes undeniable, and discipline requires that you take responsibility for your life. You cannot keep blaming circumstances, people, or the past for where you are. Discipline forces you to face yourself, your habits, your choices. It requires honesty. It demands accountability. It invites growth. When you commit to daily discipline, you position yourself to rise above limitations that once controlled you. You begin to operate with intentionality, consistency, and strength. You step into a version of yourself that does not merely wish for change but works for it, sacrifices for it, and shows up for it every single day. Courage is the inner fire that pushes you beyond the limits of fear, the quiet power that whispers to you in the moments when everything around you tries to convince you to shrink, retreat, or settle. Every person carries a vision, a dream, a calling that reaches beyond their comfort zone, and the only way to step into it is through courage. Courage is not loud, not always dramatic, not always seen by others. Sometimes courage is simply the decision to get up one more time, to keep going when you feel empty, to speak truth when silence would be easier, to take a step forward when standing still feels safer. Courage is the willingness to walk into uncertainty without knowing every detail, trusting that the strength you need will rise within you as you move. Fear will always try to talk you out of your future. It will remind you of past failures, magnify your weaknesses, exaggerate your risks, and minimize your potential. Fear is loud, intrusive, and persuasive, but courage is steady, grounded, and rooted in purpose. When you choose courage, you choose to believe that where you are going matters more than what you are afraid of. You choose to believe that the purpose inside you is bigger than the fear outside you, and every time you move in courage, even in small ways, you weaken the grip fear has on your life. Courage is built through action, not through waiting for fear to disappear. Fear may never fully vanish, but its power diminishes every time you refuse to bow to it. Courage also requires honesty. You cannot confront fear if you pretend it doesn't exist. You must be willing to acknowledge what scares you, what intimidates you, what makes you doubt yourself. That honesty is not weakness, it is the starting point of strength. When you know what you are fighting, you can decide how to move forward. Many people hide behind excuses because facing fear feels vulnerable, but courage invites vulnerability. It asks you to let go of pride, let go of perfection, and step forward with trembling hands, shaky voices, and uncertain steps. The power is not in the perfection of your movement, but in the willingness to move at all. Courage is also tied to identity. When you know who you are, you stop allowing fear to define you. When you know your worth, you stop allowing doubt to diminish you. When you know your purpose, you stop allowing uncertainty to distract you. Courage grows in the soil of self-awareness. The more you understand your strengths, your values, your resilience, the more courage you develop to face the challenges ahead. You begin to realize that fear is not a stop sign. It is simply a signal that you are entering new territory, and new territory requires new strength. Every breakthrough in your life will demand a level of courage you have not used before. Growth always requires stepping into the unknown. Courage also demands that you silence the voices that try to limit you. Some voices come from outside, people who doubt you, misunderstand you, or underestimate you. Some voices come from inside, old insecurities, childhood wounds, memories of failure. Courage gives you the authority to challenge those voices. It empowers you to speak to your own fear and say, "You will not control me today." Courage is the decision to replace fear's narrative with a new story. It is the commitment to show up even when you do not feel ready, and courage requires persistence. It is not a one-time act, but a continuous posture. You must choose courage day after day, moment after moment, situation after situation. Some days courage looks like taking a bold step. Other days it looks like refusing to quit. Some days it looks like starting something new. Other days it looks like finishing what you started. But in every form, courage stretches you, shapes you, strengthens you, and pulls you into a version of yourself you have not yet met. It is the force that transforms potential into progress, dreams into actions, and intentions into reality.